Enchantress because Strafe entirely negates the attack slow coming out from the passive untouchable. So it's another reason why people are picking him against the Enchantress.
Now, interestingly enough, you mentioned stuns. We have very few on Prodota, albeit Enchantress, sure, she can pick up some creeps to get the work done. But other than, you've got Dream Coil, you've got a Rocket, the Gyrocopter will maybe put 1 point in early game, and then you've got Earth Spirit. So you don't have terribly long stuns when you have them, and I don't know, it's hard to fight around that, I think.
BKB, I mean, he's like, they do have the Enchantress input for the damage, but other than that, I think the hero is just going to wail on him. And they do see that he's right there, though. I believe they pinged him out, so he's just scouting him out with the Invis leveled on. Clearly we don't see too often. Looks like he wants to prioritize blocking the Enchantress's camp, though. Very interesting approach coming from Empire there. It's definitely an important thing to do, but they're going to utilize the Clinks to do so.
Yeah, and this is going to be as you said, it's the Clinks we see to kind of counter the Enchantress, the one-position Clinks that'll be having a good old time. And Rune Splits, going to be normal, though. We'll see. Nofia just doing the block in mid. And, they know that it's blocked up. See that Enchantress points it out, and they're ready to go on Prodota. I don't know if they'll bother dewarding that. Do you think it's worth it?
It's usually not worth it, especially if it's a sentry, because there's a lot of spots that the ward can be on the Dire side, so it's kind of tough to deward, and the sentries only doesn't get them any benefit like an observer ward does. Funix smartly also body blocking the big camp, something really important to do against Enchantress. You ward block the one camp and then body block the other one as much as possible so that she can't get a creep. But it looks like they're going to go aggressive on Aloha Dance, who places a hero that's very weak early, so...
He was trying to trade hits with the Enchantress under Untouchable, and you don't win that fight.
That's the thing about Enchantress. A lot of people are able to adapt now that they've been seeing or been playing Enchantress enough. If people just block up your camps, you just go for the early point Untouchable and the heal, like you see here, level 2, no enchant yet, and just makes her. She's still a pretty decent laner. High base damage as well as high range. They do use the Chen creep to help harass here, though, giving them the Hadouken, one of the stronger creeps to have.
Yeah, this is a little broken. Oh, actually, Funix not going to be able to get as much as he wants there. But yeah, this Shockwave creep can cost that 6 times, not including, mana regen, depending on who's around, and it hits like a truck.
Yeah, that's 160 damage at level 1. That's a nuke that's pretty much for free for them, and they use it 6 times, like you said, so... it's a creep that I've had my personal frustrations, and I'm sure anybody who's played against it has as well. Definitely really hard to deal with, and you're seeing how much space it's creating for them in the bottom lane. And meanwhile, Chin's just going to be stacking and farming the woods as he's doing so. He just manages to get a Centaur for himself, so he might look to use the smoke he has along with that Centaur. Mid lane's a hard gank, but he might look to go somewhere else with it.
And talking about mid lane, we're seeing the Quap dominating this puck. Oh, actually, FN going in further, already forces out that phase shift, so is able to put a lot of harass onto the puck. And as you said, hard gank, but here they're coming around from the sidelines. The Coconuts not going to get the bounces they want, and also has the jaunt away. Although puck's going to take a bit more damage. If Funix going for this, he's going to be our first blood.
Haste Witch Doctor, OP. Yeah, that's strong rune. Tough break there for the puck, but I didn't even notice, like you said, the Quap is just trampling her in the mid lane. I don't think she had any help from the Chin. I think this is, the matchup itself, I believe, is pretty even, so between the two heroes, so I think it's just simply being outplayed by FN in the mid lane is frag stealer for Prodota.
Ooh, there's gonna be some glimpsing back onto Vos, gonna take a full rocket barrage. Of course, already has used that time walk, but some of the creeps come by in time to tank the rocket barrage, and they're unable to get the kill on top. But as you said, yeah, mid, it's a bit of a stomp in favor of the Quap, and I think that's just experience.
Yeah, and it looks like Aloha Dance almost got brought down in the bottom lane as well, so a lot of stuff going on again around the map. But yeah, poor man's Shield Void, that's a lot of damage you have to deal to bring him down, along with Time Walk. Even with the glimpse, they weren't able to get the kill, so it just shows how survivable of a hero Faceless Void really is.
And once he's got a couple levels, that Time Walk cooldown gets so low, it is, I mean, you just have to be so on point harassing him, I think, to get a kill.
It's impossible to trade with him effectively once he gets higher levels, but mid lane, it looked like there's some aggression between the two heroes, but once again, it's just some trading going on.
So, in the meantime, oh, actually, on top lane, again, Havo's just time walking away. And now actually going to return damage onto, yeah, if he gets a bash here, he might be able to get a kill, but unable to secure that.
Believe hard enough.
Oh, but talking about believing, Flo taking some damage on the Enchantress. Again, not even
really fast. So even with the slow coming from Chin, she still moved with 320 move speed. So, you know, I think her base movement speed's 335. So it's pretty ridiculous to try to catch her out with just slows. You usually have to stun her to bring her down.
Yeah, both of these teams don't actually have a lot of catch. Like, you've got Coconuts from Witch Doctor, you've got a Chronosphere, sure, which is a long hold, but it's also a huge cooldown, and then you've got creeps on both sides, so not sure what is the gap closing plan.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much on the side of Prodota as well, like, all their lockdown is in their ultimates, the Disruptor ultimate, the Puck ultimate, and even the Gyrocopter ultimate's kind of locked down with the massive slow coming out from it, so before they get ults, but in the top lane it looks like, again, oh my gosh, you can't stop for a second in this game. Did get a lucky bash, but they're both just really low, and Disruptor is in the top lane. Level 2 Glimpse does glimpse the Void back.
All the time walk though, so Havo's gonna just walk away.
Yeah, that hero's really frustrating to kill. That's pretty much what all the heroes are in this game. Enchantress, Void, Puck, Quap. There's a lot of aggression, but no kills, and it's kind of just because of all the heroes that are the cores in this game. They're all really survivable, even the Clinks with his invis. The one kill obviously being the fortunate Hasterin for the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, and speaking of, I mean, even the Clinks, they've already got a sentry down. Roger managed to get a Invis rune to kind of come from behind, but unable to find something. Phonic, though, out of position there, getting stunned up by the boulder, and there's also going to be a kick across, maybe finally something, but the Voodoo Restoration doing so much work here, and Flo unable to secure the kill, only level 4. Again, just, we're not seeing anybody seal the deal.
Yeah, even Witch Doctor, out of all the supports in the early game, he has low armor and everything, but that heal's incredibly strong early on, so once again, you're just seeing it there. All these heroes are just hard to bring down, so a lot of aggression, but no kills.
Despite the lack of kills, we are seeing Empire get a steady net worth and experience lead. A lot of this being Havost actually able to farm on top lane, and this Quap is around 1,000 gold ahead of the Puck.
Yeah, I mean, that's just... the Witch Doctor did come mid and kill the Puck, but even before that, the Quap was winning in CS, and you're seeing she's more than doubling up here, so... I think this is just, honestly, just outskill in a lot of ways. They have better laning matchups as well on the side of Empire, so they're just winning all the CS battles.
But speaking of winning, there's going to be a Dream Coil. The Silence Quap actually blinks on out of it. The Puck jaunt off the mark, and now No Fear coming back in, has 2 Centaurs. FN has that Sonic Wave, so doesn't end up using it, but potential there for a kill.
Definitely had to go for that on the side of Prodota, but they weren't quite able to get it missing the orb there, so definitely something they're going to have to keep looking to do with the Puck ultimate. Really low cooldown now, it's only 75 seconds, so I'm sure they'll be looking again in the near future to potentially go on the Quap with the Earth Spirit again.
I think is casually taking a lot of damage from the Enchantress. I don't know if that was an attempted bait. Oh, in mid again though, they have gone on to FN, gets the blink out.
Didn't wait for the ultimate on the side of Puck, obviously. It was just, if they had that extra bit of damage, it probably would have been enough, but they didn't manage to get him there again. And it looks like Empire's smoking up towards the bottom lane. Do a gank the Enchantress. No strafe for the Clink, so he won't output all that much damage. Level 3 untouchable with Bracer and a Wand, so she's pretty tanky, but they might still be able to bring her down. It's going to be a tough one, though.
They don't get quite the coconut bounces I think they want, and Clink's... she's not even at half health.
Yeah, that hero's... like I said, they didn't have the strafe from the Clinks, so their damage output in terms of right clicks is pretty much non-existent. And after using the original nukes...
Okay, FN does manage to get the kill there. Very calm play, doesn't just Sonic Wave where the Puck was. Sonic Wave where the Puck's going to be, lives on 10 health. Oh, but then the boulder roll in, he blinks away! So close for Roger.
That's unfortunate. A lot of unfortunate things. The Puck and the Quap man up in the mid lane, that's honestly just a result of how badly the lane's been won by the Quap. If the lane was even any slightly better for the Puck, that trade that wins the Quap by about 10-15 health would have gone the other way.
Oh, Most as well in top lane. Gonna get glimpsed all of 5 units, and now Time Walks away. Gonna take 1 cooldown hit. But other than that, should be fine. The time dilation is done on Sunlight, so Rocket Barrage at the ready, but Faceless has another Time Walk in 1 second. Gonna use it, gets back up to almost full health, but now in a lot of trouble. He's gonna just throw the Chronosphere and smack away at them. Funnick isn't level 6 yet. Oh, a boulder coming out onto Host as well. Will the Roland be enough? Host still not dead, but silenced up, and Funnick has to run away. No, he gets the Maledict onto Roger, and with these auto attacks, it's a level 1 Maledict. It does end up being enough to kill him.
Yeah, Roger just getting a little excited there to dive the Witch Doctor when he had nothing to tank the tower for him. Definitely good TP coming out from Funnick in the top lane. So being able to turn that around with the Chronosphere. And you're just seeing how survivable Void is. He probably took like 3 times his max health and damage over the course of that phase coming from the Gyro and the Disruptor. And without the stuns that I mentioned in the draft, they're just not able to hold him long enough. He's time walked at like 50 health or less 3 or 4 times now that we've seen.
Yeah. I also wanted to point out that I'm pretty sure Funnick is going for a Midas because he's decided, hey, I've gotten 3 kills in the first 10 minutes. This Midas is mine. Aloha Dance dusted up, so maybe finally they'll find something with the Impetus Outflow has more than enough damage. Brings him down.
Yeah, that's definitely the threat kill potential of the Earth Spirit. They didn't really get it out early in the early stages of the game, but that's why you pick Enchantress in the off lane. You want to be able to pressure the safe laner almost constantly. And they have another go on the puck in the bottom rune.
Okay, Quap going down with the Impetus, and now no fear. Nothing he can really do there, so Chenda's gonna walk it off. At the same time, Havost being cornered in top lane, uses that time walk, is glimpsed back. Sunlight, does he have any sort of regen? Oh, and the time dilation.
Walk, so he should be, level 4 time walk.
Second CD gets out.
OS Frog, man.
So, but at the very least, some kills have connected for Prodota, so it's becoming a bit more even.
Yeah, they do bring down the co-op, which is really important for the puck to come back here, but, I mean, even then, they're still the net worths on the cores. I mean, I guess even the Enchantress is #1 net worth on her team, is ahead of the Clinks, and I expect the Clinks will probably look to leave the bottom lane soonish, just not to deal with the Enchantress anymore. Does have a point up in strafe. Surprised he didn't go for that earlier against the Enchantress when we saw it with the gank from the Chin and the Witch Doctor. But yeah, like you said, the Witch Doctor, I mean, if you're rich, might as well go for the Midas. The hero does really well with levels, and obviously does crazy stuff with Ags plus maybe another item.
Yeah, the Witch Doctor Ags, maybe one of the best in the game right now, but oh, up top it looks like we've got a boulder in onto Boasty. Silence, maybe the only way to kill him, and they finally get him, and this Chen trying to do what he can to Roger. Looks like the death ward has come out. Roger is dead. Sunlight, the coconut bounces go back to him. Will they continue? Doesn't matter. FN is here, has a sonic wave if he needs it. Has to be a little bit careful, gonna take
Impetus? How does that work? I don't know how it works. He glimpsed him with the Impetus.
He will take it, but it has max damage, so...
Oh, he blinked disjointed it, actually. So, I knew there was a max damage, I just wasn't sure if he'd still get hit by it, because still a lot, but...
FN in mid, there's gonna be the jaunt over his head. He is dream coiled up, and now he's not, but I don't think he's gonna go for the puck.
Now he's not. A lot of changes, or exchanges going on here without kills.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of ults have been dropped this game without too much fault, to say it the most politely. It's because, as you mentioned, neither of these teams really have catch, and there's a lot of good escape. Oh, they Chronosphere on to the puck, but FN silenced up by that balanced Earth Spirit, gets the Sonic Wave off in time, but the puck still isn't dead, and Habos jumping forwards. He needs to buy a bash here. Here comes No Fear, gonna help him out. One more auto attack, and now the Hand of God comes out too. The back of that kill. Can they keep going here? They roll away. And Flo, is she really the target you're gonna catch on this Enchantress?
No, Witch Doctor ultimate. I do not see how they kill him here.
Yeah, oh gosh, but there is support coming in. Roger again gets maledicted up, gets the coconuts. Do they have the damage? Roger just sacrificing his life. There it is. Finally, the Witch Doctor ult comes out. They've gotten one. Can they find Flo? Aloha Dance doesn't have the strafe for 30 seconds, so I think that's it.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate in the mid lane. They had the Enchantress Invis ready to kill the Quap, and the puck orb to get on top of her with the silence, and right then the both Chronodon to stop the combination. And they ended up trading 1-for-1 originally, and then getting 2 more kills on the side of Empire. Just unfortunate timing once again on the side of Prodota. There in the mid lane results in the mid tower going down with the Chin creeps.
Now, Prodota, Empire's gotten themselves back up to a lead, even though Prodota I think they're doing an admirable job here. They have some catching up needed to do. Where should they find that, do you think?
It's definitely the gyrocopter. He's doing some stacks right now with the Helm of the Dominator. He just has to not go down here to the... He sees the Faceless Void. Aloha Dance is behind him. They've got 4 people top. Disruptor and the Earth Spirit are coming with TP... No TP on the puck.
And Havos
the
just goes for it.
though.
Oh, Funnick gonna take a lot of damage. There's a Static Storm on his head as well. Sunlight is dead, but Funnick may be the return kill that they need. He's magnetized, had been Static Stormed as well.
Empire's
still
in
playing...
deep here, no Chronosphere.
Yeah, they are playing very boldly. The Dust, I believe, no, the Dust did not come out. Aloha Dawn's just going for the TP away, not going to be able to get it. And now FN also in a pot of trouble. They've seen her, and she doesn't have another blink. Now it's up. Can she get away here? Not in time. Well, the puck blows her up.
That's, I mean, the puck's almost net worth even now with the Quap. That's pretty huge pickups for Prodota. Exactly what they needed to happen. They trade the gyrocopter. 4-3 kills. A little over-aggression, I think, coming from the side of Empire there. They had no Witch Doctor ultimate at the start of the fight, nor did they have Chrono for the entire duration of the fight, so they got the kill on the gyro like they wanted, but they were just committed, and with heroes like Disruptor and Puck, it's really hard to get away from them, and you're seeing them there get punished there.
Yeah, so there is not a lot of catch here, and as you said, you have to, if you overextend on the Quap, they do have burst damage, but other than that, not having the easiest ways.
Yeah, there's no stuns on the side of either team, but the Prodota actually has a lot of ways of chasing you down. So it's one of those that, like, even though they don't have the lockdown, but if they're able to single out one hero like you saw there, they win 1 by 1 through the heroes. They do have a lot of ways to kill people. They don't have a lot of ways to gank people, but if like, when Empire dives like they did, it's actually playing right into the hands of Prodota's lineup, because there are a lot of positional based, like Glimpse and Puck ultimate, so even though they lack the stuns, it's definitely something they can react to the aggression coming out from Empire.
Now, Aloha Dance is stalking up Flow, bringing in some reinforcements in the Quap. There's going to be a scream, there's going to be some auto attacks, and the Sonic Wave even committed there. Roger around the other side, but again, Aloha Dance, he may just get rolled away from if he tries to open.
Funnick getting gone in the bottom lane, Puck revealing her Blink Dagger here, uses the ultimate.
Kugan doing the bouncing? Oh no, but it is the Static Storm right on top of Havos. He wanted to drop a Chronosphere there. He isn't quite dead yet though, so he could possibly re-initiate. And Aloha Dance has come in, as you said, the blink away and a pause. Okay. Died.
If they can't, TeamSpeak's doing what everyone wishes they would do, give us a slight break here, because that's what I need after the action going on right now. It's another game where even though there weren't as many kills, there were as many or more kill attempts going on so far. So the Puck did have her Blink Dagger revealed in that kill on the Witch Doctor. Enchantress is still dead from the top lane, but it looks like Empire wants to make something happen with the Faceless Void Chrono. They do not have a TP or ult on the Chin because they already used it. And Sonic Wave is still down, and Queen of Pain's relatively low mana. Looks like she just bottled up rune. Looks like it was a bounty rune, so nothing special there. But I think this is just going to turn into a disengage. But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't see how they could initiate here just because his Time Walk is on cooldown, and even if it weren't, he's a little bit far from the fight, not having something like the blink already. So I don't see a good catch potential here for Empire. Although maybe if one of them turns a little bit on Prodota, Havos can take advantage of that.
Yeah, I think that Empire has no way of chasing, and I think Prodota, especially with the pause now, if they haven't thought of it already, I mean, they don't have... They have Gyrocopter ult, but they don't have Puck or Disruptor ultimate, which is a lot of their teamfight control that sets up for the Gyrocopter ult, so I think I hope for their sake that they will wisely back off here and not try to force the issue in the bottom lane. They got the kill on the Witch Doctor, and I think that's all they're really going to get, especially after there are Chen creeps that are already pushing the top lane right now. You see the Wildkin aura, as well as the health regen and the attack speed aura, so these Chen creeps are going to help push this lane really hard just by themselves, by the strength of Chen.
Yeah, really nice getting all those auras up. And again, when we look at the net worth, the game's still in Empire's favor. A little over 3,000 gold. Experience is much closer, but it definitely shows that Empire, a lot of this gold coming from these two towers they've taken, and they're getting some favorable trades here. I'd actually say that team fights have felt pretty even across the board.
Yeah, a lot of them have just been pretty much like 2 for 3, 1 for 2 trades. So it's been pretty much just all out brawl once again, but there hasn't been nearly as many kills like last game. They were all 5 for 5s or 4 for 5s just because everyone was just dying. But this game in particular, it's been a lot of, like you said, because of the lack of stuns, they were just, big fights breaking out and then huge disengage. But it looks like we're resuming now.
Oh, Sunlight does decide to go back in, so the Chronosphere is going to hit on 2. There's a glimpse back on the Clinks, but he is close enough to kill off the Gyrocopter, and even though Havost taking a lot of damage there, he is not going to go down, although Puck thinking about blinking in and getting something. That'll be that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he stuck around. He had all that time in the pause to think about the fact that they had no way of being aggressive without their ultimates. But it looks like we have 2 TPs on the top just to deal with the Chen creeps. Trying to get them out right now. Puck does bring down 1, but I'm sure he'll be able to replace that in short time.
Yeah, it was an odd engagement in the bottom. Maybe they did not see... No, they knew Havost was there because they had put the Thunderstrike on him earlier, which is what helped get him so low and walk away. So, not sure. Maybe they thought he retreated, forgetting that he is a, deceptively tanky hero. Either way, we're going to see Aloha Dance working on that Deso, and actually just going to get that tower down in bud.
Yeah, the fort was used to help save the top tower, the tier 2 that is. So no fort on the side of Prodota, just quick tower down for the Clinks there. And something we didn't really mention, but we talked about, the Chen creeps brought that tower in the top lane down almost 3/4 of the way. So, I mean, easy tower whenever Empire decides to take it. And I think the main thing in the Gyrocopter in the bottom lane was he just underestimated how much damage Empire had without things like Sonic Wave and Witch Doctor ult. The Clinks just, pretty much brought down the Gyrocopter full to 0 during the Chronosphere. Looks like we have a smoke up coming from Empire.
Oh, yeah.
Runs into all 4 of Prodota.
Double smoke. They're going to roll in, but Roger finding no one, and Chen just netting up slow. Aloha Dance is at the ready to go in. Did they just have a creep war?
Yeah, they did, but now the Chen's creep's on a timer, so even though technically that still is creep, he only has it for about a minute now. And I think they thought they saw I think they ran into the Clinks. Like, they think the smoke was popped by the Clinks, so they immediately tried to dust and try him.
Okay, he's gonna end up taking a bit of damage there. The Coconuts have come out. Really nice bounces, putting a lot into Roger. That Deso is finished. Now Frag Stealer Gap manages to get his ult onto 2. The cooldown is coming as well. It hits on some. The Sonic Wave dodged by Frag Stealer, but the auto attacks, he can't get rid of those. And now only one left to run away is Flow, since the Gyrocopter's already disengaged, but not looking like this Enchantress has a great way of getting out. The body blocks as well. She tries to get a creep. Clinks immediately eats it, and she's gonna go down.
Yeah, that's just the story of the Witch Doctor plus the mech. Empire and Prodota both winning, and they traded all their health, or like half their health each or so. Both just time walked a lot of the damage. They mech'd up. They Witch Doctor healed for sustain, and Empire just out attritioned them in that fight. And Prodota was forced to get onto the retreat and just got brought down. Lost, I think, 3 heroes, maybe 4 there, and now they've given up the Roche as well to Empire with the Clinks Deso.
And the Gyrocopter, he just feels underwhelming at this point. He has cooldown, and what else? Oh, actually, Roger rolls in. Bob's going to just silence him up and pick him off. I'm not quite sure what that play was.
I don't know if there's any way of trying to rationalize what just happened right there, so I'm just going to say a slight misplay. Side of your spirit there, little eager again like he was on the top lane, so but the Clinks, it's something where it's not something you see too often nowadays, so it's not talked about, but Clinks is a pretty hard counter in my opinion to the Gyrocopter. He consumes, he has enough health to survive the Gyrocopter's ult as well as the Rocket Barrage, and applies a lot of single target damage, which forces the Gyrocopter oftentimes to either retreat or just outright die. And that's something that's just really good against Gyrocopter, bringing him down very quickly. And
oh, he almost 4 shots Flow, but instead gets a Static Storm to the face. Isn't taking much damage again, as you talked about, but there's going to be the burst out of the puck, and his creep wears off. So that's going to be the Aegis burned out, and he doesn't have anybody nearby. Havost is on his way, but instead Aloha Dance blown up.
Some 3-2-2 action coming from Aloha Dance there. Just I don't know, overestimating his strength against the Enchantress. He had the creep consumed, but that attack speed slow coming from Enchantress is relatively significant, and Clinks with no backup is really easy to bring down, as you saw there. So threw away the Aegis for nothing and gave a big kill to Prodota, something that they really need to come back. But I think that just based on the hero matchups between the Gyro and the Clinks carries, I think Clinks is just such a it's such an advantage in that matchup, and I think that it's still looking good for Empire as long as they don't continue to make those kind of plays that we just saw.
Additionally, for Empire, Herbost getting very close to that Blink Dagger. Even though the Clinks took a tumble, you can see that, you know, the rest of the team progressing well. Witch Doctor, of course, has a Midas, so is going to get, you know, sub 30-minute Aghanims, which is always helpful. And is that another smoke, judging by the movements? Yes, it is. Coming out of Prodota.
They want to make something happen. They, a lot of their ults are down though. They're up in about 10 seconds.
Oh,
them, so.
Aloha Dance. If they catch him out again, this will be the second death in short succession. And now, Aloha Dance does go down. Hand of God not able to save his life. Funnick in a lot of trouble too, but there are fights all over the place here. We're gonna see No Fear goes for the TP out, gets blown up on the sidelines, and Funnick able to walk away. But they lost 2. For nil.
Yeah, Clinks without a creep is pretty squishy. You saw it there. They're able to actually get him, and that's something to be very careful of when you're playing Clinks. He got caught out in the jungle without a creep, and he has less than 1,000 health, I believe. I can't see exactly what he has right now, but the creep almost doubles his tank of survivability there, and really what they needed on the side of Prodota, they realized they needed to make something happen. They aren't happy with how the game's going right now, and you know, you talked about the net worth of the cores. I think the major difference to focus on here is the supports. The Witch Doctor and the Shen are 2 or 3 times as the net worth of the Disruptor and the Earth Spirit respectively. You see that coming out from the mech. Shen almost or halfway to an Ags already. The Witch Doctor has, like you said, the Midas, went back for an Urn, and now is more than halfway to the Ags. And once those items come out, I don't see, barring some crazy plays, what Prodota will be able to do to deal with the Ancient Creeps as well as the Witch Doctor or Ags ultimate.
You touched on it, but these supports are huge on Empire. They are sitting at 335 GPM and 310 GPM respectively for Witch Doctor and Chen. That is ridiculous out of support heroes. Like, you just don't get that farmed in normal games. So they're feeling great. Chen's gonna have his Ags up as well around the same timing as the Witch Doctor has his Ags up. Suddenly these team fights for Prodota, unless they get the silence on both of those heroes, those supports might just tear through your lines.
Yeah, I really liked the Midas on the Witch Doctor here. It's something that's really not something you see very often, but like we said, we saw early on, he was 3-0, got the double kill in the top lane, so he had all that money all of a sudden, and then he chooses to go for the Midas. It's just a good adjustment. He's going to be able to get that Midas early on without, you know, slowing down his team with being able to buy wards or anything, so they have the Chen to be able to do that, who can also get the farm up with the mech and the mana boots, and we said working on the Axe, so I mean that it's just going to be huge coming out from the supports again. And I mean the items for Prodota are coming out. The Gyrocopter almost has his BKB complete, and the Enchantress has the Dragon Lance as well as something flying out on the courier. Does elect to go for the Force Staff to possibly just try to disengage from fights better than they already have. You can't Force Staff out a Chrono though, so I don't exactly see why they bought that.
How do you feel about the BKB on the gyro? Because there is a lot of either pure or physical damage on Empire.
Tower is under attack.
I think it's one of those games, I hate to say, that you have to buy one, but you don't want to. The Orchid from the Quap is honestly almost enough alone to force him to buy this BKB, but as you said, they just have so much physical and spell piercing damage, or magic immune piercing damage. They're looking for the Clinks in the top lane. They missed him with the dust, so that even if they run into him, which he did, they will not know he's there. So. Yeah.
Nice deny though. The Gyro Cup did manage to deny that tower. Oh, her boast. I don't know if that ward actually... No, okay, he's going to be found by Roger in a second. He immediately just uses that Chronosphere. Aloha Dawn's coming in, and this is sacrificial, yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised he let the Disruptor go there when the Quap was coming in with the Orchid. Aloha Dance elected to go on the Chronosphere to Earth Spirit. I think it's a slight misplay, but in the end they did get a kill with the Chrono and probably transition into a push tier 2 mid tower.
So here they go, Empire again. They are ahead by quite a bit. They've just been farming better over the map, and we talked about the supports. 7.5k gold lead, almost 7.5k experience lead. This is pretty dang sizable.
The Quap has her BKB now, and other than the impetus coming from the Enchantress, their damage during BKB on the side of Prodota is virtually non-existent, so she'll be pretty survivable in these fights as well. Going to be really hard to bring down, and even with... Oh,
There's a glimpse. Habos gets out of it though before the static storm is dropped. And now Sunlight's running up into the pop that BKB, and we talk about the physical damage. The death ward is there. It's bouncing and they are all dead.
That was an Acceptor Witch Doctor ultimate at 25 minutes for you. I mean, that obviously he wasn't the only one that did damage. That plus the Sonic Wave. I mean, the Prodota just got shredded. They all died almost instantly, and I'm surprised they tried to chase up the hill. Little overeager once again after missing the, letting her both getting out of the Disruptor ultimate. Pretty much used the Disruptor ultimate on nothing. Puck didn't even get her ultimate off. Gyro got a Dying Wish ultimate off, and that's just going to be probably a lane of racks, maybe even more for Empire here. The Clinks offers all that damage output to the tower.
By the time folks respawn on Prodota, Host will have that ult again. So, as you said, they can make it more, they can decide to go back, think about, nope, they're just going to keep pushing, because Roshan is still down, and with Clinks you push so fast. Stone comes out, there's going to be a slight stun, but yeah, Aloha Dance already taken that. They back out on Empire, deciding not to fight this one.
Yeah, really good timing for them there. They elected to back out pretty much right when the Disruptor came back alive, something you have to be really wary of. They are going to get the chin caught out here. A small price to pay for a lane of racks in the tier 3 tower.
Chen actually takes forever to die with that mech.
Yeah, he's pretty tanky, and we're seeing once again that the Enchantress is dishing out a lot of damage, but it's only single target, and it's just not enough against Empire's lineup. They have 3 cores, and now the Witch Doctor, even, honestly, that has to be brought down fast in these fights, otherwise they'll just die to all the damage, and you're seeing it here that just don't have enough damage to deal with Empire's heroes.
Feels like they need perfect waning rifts, perfect dream coils, and even then, not sure, as you said, that they have the physical damage to accomplish all of this.
Inner Spear just goes down to the Clinks, foreshadowed.
Thought maybe he'd be able to live through that, but nope.
It's for 260 with a Deso, so he hits pretty damn hard right now. That's pretty much the story of the game right now. Empire has all the damage they need, and Dota does not, and you're seeing it with this Clinks pickup. I really like the last pick Clinks here. Deals really well with the Gyro and the Enchantress, and obviously it just outputs the physical damage for the tower pushing. You saw after that fight they were able to get a tier 2 mid as well as the mid-racks and a tier 3 during the course of the time that Prodota was dead, so Clinks really rounding out their draft really well here for the side of Empire.
So Empire gonna go push down this last tier 2 and then they can break the base again. It is a super long Roshan spawn time, so they won't... I think they were hoping for that before they siege high ground again. You don't want to, when you have such a big lead, give it away over to Prodota, but I think they can siege high ground, and we'll see what they think in a second. They're still going forward. The Boast does have that Chronosphere and the Blink Dagger, so he's in a great position.
I don't think Empire cares that they don't have an Aegis here. They might be passive and they might back off, but they do have they do have a BKB even now on the Void, so all 3 cores have a BKB. And Phonic has gone for the Midas Boots of Travel on the side of the Witch Doctor. He's just living the fancy life with that swag hat as well. Just going on Aloha Dance in the front lines though, but will not choose to engage.
You are completely correct. Phonic is ridiculously wealthy here. Like this... This is kind of hilarious. Either way, the push is coming. They're not going to courier scout the Roche? Huh, I was maybe expecting them to play off of that one. And Chen is farming off to the sidelines.
I don't know if you saw that, but the Chen had a creep at like 600 health and recalled it as the impetus was coming out, and since it went so far, it killed the creep. The ancient creep at 600 health with the impetus.
Oh, but there's the Chronosphere coming out from a Hobos. They also have the Death Ward bouncing around, only ends up killing off the 2, but that is immediately making this fight a 2v5 in favor of Empire, and this could just be GG. I don't see anything they can do here. Quap going forward, working on picking off Sunlight. Flo tries to stall them, but they only have a Rax left in top, and Aloha Don's going to make quick work of that in a second.
Yeah, I mean, at the stage of the game, like, if they get Chrono off, the game's just lost, or the fights are just lost, and you saw it there.
Puck does buy back, still has ult, still has everything. The cooldown is issued. Havos just pops his BKB, and they have no damage that goes through that Flow, unable to attack, and Frag Steeler walking all the way back to his base on that Puck. That's Megas, and we're probably going to be seeing the Coles come out. There they are.
The Stomp coming out from Empire here, just, I think it was honestly a superior draft and outlaning, especially in the mid lane, even after the 2 or 3 kills that Prodota got. it's nice that they got those comeback kills, but because of how far ahead FN was in the mid lane already, just made it an even game on the net worths. And then you see the power of the Chen mech and the Witch Doctor heals and the early kills on the Witch Doctor Midas. I mean, that's just a really rich support. And on the side of Empire, they had 4 really wealthy heroes and a Chen who just keeps them all alive. So, and the double Vlad strat as well. I did not notice that until just now.
Yep. Yeah, Chen was like, hey, I'll just buy something, whatever. Either way, folks, that'll be it for the CIS coverage. Europe will be coming up.